In today's video, I'm going to be talking about this. It's the Eufy HomeVac H11. Packs a lot of suck for such a little vac. Okay, so this is it. It is the Eufy HomeVac H11. I bought this to use in my Hero camper. So when we're away, bits of grass, bits of stones, all sorts of stuff come into the kind of sleeping areas and stuff. Kids drop crumbs and all sorts of things. So I wanted something that was USB chargeable, so it didn't require a main socket, and it had some reasonable suction and was somewhat compact. So I didn't want to be trying to take a handheld Dyson or anything like that. So there's various different products that kind of fit this kind of criteria if you're looking on Amazon, but I'm a massive fan of Anker products, and Eufy being like owned by Anker, I figured I would plug one of these. So I've been using it for a little while, but I put it back in the box to show you kind of what it looks like in the box and talk to you a little bit about the specs and whether it's worth you considering getting it or not. So boxing is pretty standard. Pop it open, which is difficult to do, and it's not been packed very well by myself. Right, so pop it open. Get this little Eufy branded top. It then reveals a couple of things. So you get like a little kind of vac owner bit of information, tells you what's in there, warranty card, owner's manual, that kind of thing. This all then comes sealed up in here. There's not actually too much to how this vac works, so again, read the manufacturer bag, but it's pretty much straightforward, and I'll show you how it works in the video. Anyway, then we have a small USB to micro USB cable. So that's one thing that is a little bit disappointing. I wish that it was USB-C, but it isn't. Then we have a little nozzle tool, so standard nozzle to help you get into small crevices. So great if you're trying to hoover in the car and you need to get kind of down into some small areas, and then that just clips forwards, and have a little brush end, so if you've got more delicate areas doing your keyboard or whatever. So this is also great for around an office as well. So just pop that back, push a little button in, and it slides back. That's the one thing about this whole thing that I'm not a massive fan of. There's nowhere to clip this onto the vac itself, so you've got to kind of keep that somewhere and make sure you don't lose it. Then the last thing in the box is the vac itself. So this is it. Looks pretty smart to me. I'll show you around it a little bit in terms of ergonomics. So it's quite a nice shape, fits well in your hand, a bit like a lightsaber, but without the pointy kitty bit on the end. I have the on and off button just here, along with 3 LEDs that indicates power and the charging. On the back, this is the exhaust area, so obviously the air is going to come out from the motor. You want to make sure that's not covered, obviously for suction, and to make sure the motor doesn't overheat whilst you're using it. And then we have the micro USB charging hole just on the back there. And then at the far end here, again, just some styling. I don't actually think that does anything. It may cool the batteries a little bit when you're using it. You can position this vac just like this on a table or whatever. It has a square end, and this is just the cap for the suction piece. So it just pulls straight off, and again, you just can leave that somewhere. And then this is the suction nozzle just here. So you can see quite a decent wide opening. There's a little flap inside there which stops obviously any debris that you've vacuumed up from falling out of the end. And again, this nose piece literally just goes in like that for you when you want to use it with the extra end on. But again, like I said, there's nowhere for this to clip. It would have been nice maybe if it could clip somewhere or do something, but no, that's not a thing. So in terms of information about this device, so it did win one of those Red Dot 2020 awards, which I think is mainly for its design and everything. It's pretty light, only weighs 0.59 kilograms. In terms of size, 33.5 centimeters long, and then 7.4 centimeters in terms of its width and depth, obviously because it's cylindrical. It's pretty much standard at the thickest end. In terms of the run time, Eufy say that this will run for 13 minutes. In my test, it ran consistently for 12 minutes and 42 seconds. So I think that's actually pretty good. They say it will take 2.5 to 3.5 hours to charge. I didn't get the exact timing, but it was definitely under 3 hours when I charged it up from empty from doing that original test. And also with its constant running for that just over 12.5 minutes that I did, it didn't get hot. Again, as long as the exhaust area is clear, the temperature is really good and really manageable. So in terms of its suction, so they're measuring things in Pascal or atmospheric pressure. So 5,500 PAs of suction, which is pretty good. Again, it's no Dyson, but it has got good suction capabilities. So you shouldn't be disappointed with this. I'll show you kind of what it sounds like and what it looks like in a moment. It does have a washable filter. I'll open this up in a minute, show you what it looks like with some debris in there and what the filter looks like as well. There is it's slightly ribbed, the handle, so it's non-slip. And again, remember, this is a vac for not doing your whole house, right? So you're probably not even going to do your stairs with this. This is in and out crevices in the car, things that aren't mega dirty, because it only has a 90 milliliter dust storage here in the front. In terms of the battery that's inside it, I'm not 100% sure on the size of the battery. When looking around, it's hard to get some definitive answer. I think it's about 2,200 milliamp hours of the battery, and it's about 5 volts and 2 amps in terms of the charging. And as with all Eufy products, I think it comes with a 2-year warranty, so that's pretty damn good. When you want to remove the dustbin, you can see just on the back here there is kind of a locked and unlocked position along with this little tab just here, and so you turn it and then it comes out just like this, and you can see the filter inside. There is a more expensive version that I think has extra filtration properties in here, but if we just pop this open, again, this just twists and unlocks. Look at that. That there is dog hair and other crud. And then that's what the actual bin storage looks like inside in terms of how much space you have. But again, lots of it will just stick to the filter and you can brush and wash that out to keep on using it. Okay, so once you've cleaned out the dust filter, see, nice and shiny there. Again, make sure it's dry before you kind of put it back in and use. And again, this just kind of clips in here. There's little clips around the side for when it goes back into the vac itself. But you just put this in, and it's kind of suction mounted, but it says like you can turn to lock, but I don't think it really makes that much difference. Then when you want to put this in, obviously keep in mind the suction piece is pointing down, so I just kind of turn it until you feel it locking. It doesn't always feel that smooth going in here. There's 3 little caps that you've got to try and position when you put it in, but then it goes just up in there and then locks into place just like that. When you're using it, you don't have to press and hold the button, you can just press it once. And that's it. So as you can see there, those 3 LEDs come on. Show you how much energy is in there. As with all these little vacs, it's a little whiny beast because it's trying to maximize the suction with that small motor and fan. But as mentioned before, I've cleaned little bits of my standing mat under my desk, tried it out in the car as well, and most importantly for me, in my Hero camper, clean up stones and crumbs and stuff off bedding and other parts of the camper, and it does work really well. And the fact that it's that small form factor, it can be charged by USB. Obviously it doesn't come with any 3-pin plug or adapter or anything. If you want to do that, you need to buy something separate, but I think this works really well for its use case, and it's relatively cheap as well. I'll put a link in the description below to Amazon where I picked mine up, but this is a little vac that if you're looking for something small, doesn't take up a lot of space, but still packs a decent amount of suck, is definitely worth you considering. So if this video helped, please consider liking it. It would be much appreciated. Helps the video and the channel get noticed by the YouTube algorithm. If you're not subscribed already, please consider doing so and tapping that notification bell icon to see other Spectrum Geeks related gadgety technology videos. That's all I have for now. Take care of yourself and till the next one. Goodbye.